Hello and welcome once again to the Work in Progress podcast. I am your host, Daniel, and that's Adam.
Hey everyone, hope we're all doing having a nice weekend. We're doing this on a Saturday today as opposed to Friday.
A beautiful Saturday.
Yeah. So so the reason why we did this a day later is because we had to do a bit of brainstorming in regards to the pages, and I felt personally I felt that it would have been better to do it off camera so that way we don't look like we're stabbing like ducks on fucking camera.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, if you don't mind, would you like to show everyone what you did last night?
No,
No.
no.
Fucking
I know this is a podcast where we show people what we're doing, but personally, I want to talk about cringe.
talk about video
So
games.
then we have like the bard actually
This is
uses her
awesome.
her magic, and then it's like the magic comes out, and also it's a real song. It's
Royalty, royalty free, by the way, in case anybody thinks that we're being like silly little gooses.
Yeah, I think the pirate that came up with that in like the 1800s is going to be really fucking angry.
The idea that a pirate's gonna like send us a DMCA is really funny.
Like a sailor from yester yonder.
Yeah, he just like unhooks, he like fucking unhangs himself on the rope, being like, "You smell that? I smell plagiarism."
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
The boulder.
Oh yeah, yeah. They started watching. Yeah,
Avatar.
Adam.
We're on book three, season three. The
Adam
fire.
never watched Avatar before.
That's right, yeah. And honestly, so far, so what we've been doing is there's loads and loads and loads of shows I never watched growing up. So there was like regular show, there was Adventure Time, Avatar, and I'm kind of like catching up with them, for lack of better words. Although I've kind of stopped watching Adventure Time now, which is kind of funny because I think I've stopped watching it around about the same time that you fuckers stopped watching it. The old lot. So.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you the problem with that show is that it's really good up until a point, and then after that point, they just kind of ran out of shit to do, and it's not as good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. In the moment, I'm entertained. Like I'm actually having a good time. But the problem I'm having with it is, it's a bit like the problems I have now when I play like a video game sequel, where it feels like I've already been here before. Like when I go from like Just Cause 2 to Just Cause 3, I'm like, it's been done. You know what I mean. So, but I mean, I'd say it's still a fun show. Like, but I will say, getting to season 6 or 7, where it starts to get like weirdly like nightmare fueled. I'm just like,
I'm gonna,
ah,
man, like Jake's children are fucking nightmares, dude. They're so ugly.
I,
They are so ugly in their fucking design.
I remember like last year, like this is before Christmas. Like I showed my nephew that show, and we only watched like the first 2 episodes. And I remember thinking to myself, I need to make sure that he doesn't get to like season 4 or 5 because that's when it gets like weirdly nightmare fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus he's at the age now where apparently he is starting to get nightmares. So you got to kind of make life easy for the parents, I suppose. But so anyway,
There's a fucking demon.
Daddy, why does the dog have an asshole for a face?
That
So
is a very
that's the
weird. That
weirdest
is a
puppy.
very very strange artistic decision. Yeah.
When you talk, because here's the thing, you kind of spoiled the fact that he has kids, and I'm like, okay, whatever, sure. So in my head, and I was kind of half right with some of them, where I was like, okay, what I'm expecting is the unicorn body and the dog's face, which two of them pretty much are. And then you got one that's just like an arsehole face. I'm like, why?
Yeah, and
So
also they're the one that talks the most, which is even worse.
yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, and then it gets really fucking like existential and weird and like drug trippy.
Yeah, I will say one thing before I'll say one last thing, and then I'm going to get to like doing 3D setup, which is I do find it hilarious how they set up the fact he's going to be a parent, and then they come up with a funny way to like keep the status quo, where it's like, oh yeah, it turns out they actually age faster than me. So like, I guess we could just carry on adventuring together. I guess I'm just like, I see what you did there. So you didn't like fuck up the status quo of him having to be a parent. That's kind of funny. I won't lie. But yeah, those kids are. It's just really, it's just the one kid with the asshole face that bothers me. The rest I'm whatever on.
Yeah, but
So
once again, the problem is that's the one that talks all the time.
I know. But yeah,
I don't know what kind of crack they were smoking when they like got to that point in the fucking plot, but dude, like I don't
yeah,
know. Also, they defeated the ultimate big bad guy, and then you just kind of run out of shit to do, really.
yeah. That's actually kind of the reason why I don't play that game. You know that game, Final Fantasy 14, the MMO game.
Hmm.
So the fourth expansion, which is called Endwalker, pretty much finishes the story that was pretty much built from like 1.0. And then I'm like, well, it's over then, isn't it? Yeah, it's done. And then even the director says like, oh yeah, the fifth expansion is like the beach episode. I'm like, but I'm not really invested in that. We won, we beat the big bad, So
Why did we do this?
yeah, I mean it's a fucking MMO game. I'm sure. Honestly, with MMOs that are as popular as that, like if the next expansion is just them like shitting on a toilet, like people will be invested regardless. So
Hey, I guess you
because it's
weren't
an
the only
MMO.
person that decided to quit playing fucking Fortnite because Epic Games had to fucking like fire 1,000 people.
Oh yeah, so something interesting about that is I'm getting the impression that they're not making as much money as they used to now because they what was it? So they've actually how what was it now? So you know how like they make their money off of like the V Bucks, right? So
Mm.
microtransactions. They've changed how much you get based on how much you spend now. So and I think they actually just flat out said, yeah, we need to like pay for the bills, which means that they are not making as much money as they used to. But at the same time, when you pay for so many, like I mean, fucking Bugs Bunny's in the game as we speak right now, like Bugs Bunny, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe you should stop spending so much money on all these crossovers at the same time.
It's the only thing that they have going for them.
Arguably so, yeah. I mean, hell, fucking Bugs Bunny's there, and I wouldn't be surprised if like next week, fucking, I don't know what's a franchise, Pissy McGee,
Just
whatever comes out.
a full ass McDonald's building. That's a franchise.
Wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah, could you
But all
imagine?
right,
Could you imagine a full ass McDonald's building just whipping out a machine gun and like mowing down like I don't know Daffy Duck?
just like Ronald McDonald just makes a comeback, yeah.
He's back.
All right, he's back. All right then. So on to the actual work. So so again, I'm on book two, but unlike book one, I'm not saying what's happening aside from there's a fight scene happening. So
Yeah,
Honey Bunny's got a sword in her mouth, so she's kicking this guy, killing the shit out of people.
yeah. Darth
I'm
Vader
actually getting
shows
really
up.
Darth Vader shows fucking yeah.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, we
Sorry, did know.
yeah. Sorry, did know. I like that. I like how ever since you said did know, you've ruined like my vocabulary on what it actually is called.
Yeah, Disney. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know what my favorite did know is?
Hey, can I get your opinion on something?
Uh-huh.
And this isn't me like shitting on our friends or anything, but I like we had someone come into our little Discord server not long ago talking about what was it Moana, what's it called again?
The Moana movie.
The Moana film about the live action one. And this is a bit of a hot take of mine, but like if I generally think that something is shit, I just don't really give it attention. So when he was going on when he was like waffling on about how bad it looks, I'm just like I don't care, just move on with your life.
It's fun. It's fun to trash something though,
I mean it
especially
is,
something,
but
especially something like that where like, okay, you had the CGI movie, right?
mhm.
And then like less than a decade later, you decide, you know what, we should make a live action version with Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Yeah.
in the role that he played with his voice. And then when you did that, all of the fucking CGI graphics are basically the same shit from the animated movie. So then you're just like, well, why did you even make it then? Like,
It is pretty much just like I don't know if this isn't like double dipping, right? Because double dipping is like the same project, like the literally the same project, right?
I understand why they do it. Here's the actual financial reason. And you know what? If anybody else listens to this is like so. Here's the thing: live action Disney movie come out. There's gonna be stupid parents with stupid kids that go and watch that shit, and they'll enjoy it. They're
Yeah,
gonna make money. Then there's gonna be people like you and I who are gonna be like, well, no, there's gonna be people that liked the original. They're gonna be like, ah, man, this new shit sucks. I'm gonna go watch the original. So you
yeah.
either get the DVD or you fucking go on Disney Plus and watch it there, which means that you're still giving them money. So it's a win-win in that scenario. The only place
Yeah.
where they're actually losing money is assholes like us who wouldn't see it in the first place, and they don't even care about that.
I know, yeah. Wait, because like it's really like, and I hate using this term, but it's kind of like accurate. But like, I feel like this is made for normies, you know?
I don't even think so. I think it's just weird. It's really fucking
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. But again, like if something is like shitty at this, like it's like when the Ghostbusters had that female like version, you know, like yeah, it's shit, but just fucking don't give it attention for fuck's sake, like. Because I remember there was a time period when I was like, I might just watch this for shits and giggles. It's like, oh yeah, what's gonna happen? Oh yeah, another guy, you know, shitting on it, you know, like everybody else, you know, that's original. So I just don't give it
Dude,
attention.
the
Like, if something's
original
shitty, I
I'm
just,
I'm gonna throw myself under the bus here for a moment. The original Ghostbusters is not that good of a movie.
well, you know, I'm gonna throw myself even further under the bus. I actually kind of enjoy the second one a little
I
bit
actually
more.
kind of enjoy the second one a lot more too. Yeah,
Yeah.
his name is Vigo. You are like the buzzing of flies to him.
Enemy Vigo.
Remember when we found out that that guy is the guy from Dragon Slayer?
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
God.
Dragon Slayer had the young Palpatine as well, right?
Yes, it had young Palpatine in it. He
Yeah.
gets like just immediately incinerated by a dragon at point blank range.
Yeah.
He's like, with the power of Christ, oh my god! Like,
Hey, real quick on my screen, how tall was Carlos? Because I just realized I'm kind of making him look like a giantess compared to him.
um, I
I mean, I
think
could
he's just
scale
a
it
little
down.
bit. I think they're roughly around the same height. Actually, now that I think about it,
No, I mean he was average height, but he wasn't short shorts.
I
Like
think he
he
was
was average, I
roughly.
think.
He was a little bit shorter than Don.
Okay, so what I need to do is I just need to take him, and then I just need to put
Hold
him
on, let
probably
me. I
about.
have to go find it now. Hold on, it's around
I
here
mean, I
somewhere.
can bring it up myself. I do have the reference.
Uh,
Oh yeah, he was a little bit. And then I mean, then again, this is like an old fucking drawing now, so maybe this is.
somewhere in here. Man, we really did get a lot of pages done. Fuck me.
I know, yeah, it's actually becoming like. Okay, so he's like at least a full head, but then again,
He's he's
Dawn is taller
he's
than.
ever so slightly shorter than Don. No, no, no,
Okay,
not
so
Don. Nina.
okay then, I think this is about right.
He's ever so slightly shorter than Nina.
It'd be really fun if I had her if she's like holding him with like her thumb and her finger. This is going to be a rough thing, obviously. So like, if this looks like jank as shit, you know, you work your black magic, I guess.
Yes. That's when I
Jeez.
got. That's when the ghouls come out.
I come out at night. Hey, fella. No, fucking
I am going to suck your butt. I mean, fuck. Oh shit.
your butt. Chat. You hear that, chat? Cut that chat.
Yeah.
Chat is this real? I was watching the YouTube. I was watching the YouTube show when Nigoon forgot that Meat Canyon. Well, that Hunter is Meat Canyon. So he's just like, "Have you ever seen? Oh yeah, that's right. You made the fucking XQC video."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I think that the magic the music magic thing looks really cool.
I think he did a really good job. Because here's the thing: like, I'm not like musical adept at all. So when you was like, "I got an idea," I don't know why it made you British, but he's like, "I got an idea," and I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" It's like, and I'm like, genius, you
I've
know.
got
So
I've got a great idea, dude.
I,
I got a fucking Terry's chocolate orange, I
I
do.
got, I got a great idea. Yeah, Adam William, whatever the fuck your name was again.
I've
Got my
got a
own name.
great idea, I do. So yeah, then there's also this page, and then we can't show the next one because Adam decided to use the 3D models that have like the
Oh,
skin textures on them. So we can't show
yes.
those. We can't show those on fucking YouTube. Now,
At
the
least not right now. Yeah.
yeah, the reason why he used the skin texture ones is because they have a little bit more graphic fidelity and it's easier to draw over them. The problem is that he didn't put any sort of clothing on them whatsoever
Yeah, so they're just like basically like naked ladies, yeah, and I'm
because
just like,
he like we sometimes we use those for like just as a good fucking like body reference. And
yeah.
then completely forgetting that we cannot show that on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be something where either. So what we're probably going to do with those is we'll probably cover up the bits off camera, and then we'll probably start recording them on camera. But the problem is like one of the character models looks a bit. Uh,
Yeah,
well, you'll see.
to cheat that she looks like a fucking dwarven lady. You made her short and just gave her a bubble ass, which is really stupid looking. But it worked.
Yeah,
It worked. That see, that's the thing about sketch work is that sketch work is just there so that way you can. It's a placeholder, so that way you can create the image. So a lot of sketch work shit and behind the scenes work looks like garbage.
yeah, because it's not the final project,
I
you
actually
know.
saw a thing recently where they showed how like a football commercial was made. American
Yeah.
football. They put the ball on a power drill and then attached that to a camera so that way it looks like the ball flying through the air as the guy grabs it from the ball's perspective.
Ah,
So yeah, if you
okay.
saw that from a distance, you'd be like, "That looks really stupid," and then when you watch the fucking advert, it's like, "Oh, that looks really good."
Yeah,
They
man.
use like a fucking they use like a Milwaukee drill.
Hmm.
Actually, what are oh god, you probably don't even know what the fuck. I was
I could
about to
probably look it up
no,
later.
I was
I'll
about
put it
to
on.
ask what are the brands of like drills, and I realized that A, I don't care, and B, the audience probably doesn't either.
Yeah. You know, I've always wondered like what people think of this podcast because like ever since that trailer, we've got more subscribers. Oh, by the way, subscribe by the way. You know, hit that little bell, ding, 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 ding. You know, so yeah, what I was gonna say was I actually do wonder what people think of this podcast because like I'm gonna be upfront with anybody that's like jumping in is I this is the first time I'm actually doing this, so I'm probably going to sound really unprofessional, for lack of a better word. But I do want to get better doing it. But at the same time, the whole point of this is to like show that we're working on this thing. So like, if we're not, if me at least not good at talking, which just I just fucked up that sentence right there, so I just proved it.
We're
Like
also proving without a shadow of a doubt that this fucking comic is AI free.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, so the whole point of this thing is that it's being made by humans. We're actually like handcrafting this ourselves because we live in a world now where like honestly, I'm actually slowly starting to believe the dead internet theory because last night when I was just like browsing YouTube, there was like so many fucking YouTube comments that are either they're either bots or the people that are like commenting are like brain dead psychopaths. So I'm
Oh,
just like,
YouTube comments have always been terrible. You'll watch a video that's like a really good tutorial video, and the first comment is like baking soda, lol.
yeah, but it's definitely getting worse though with these AI crap because again, like I'm just seeing comments that are so like nonsensical, like waffling bullshit. Where I'm just like, this is not like a person.
Remember when we like competitively played Call of Duty, and you would have the two guys that are in a room or like in a chat that are just talking about like their personal lives,
Yeah,
and it's not even like interesting personal life shit, it's just like the most boring dog shit. Like, you do realize that a lot of people just like that, right?
of course. Yeah, there's
at
nothing wrong with
least at
that.
least the people on the internet.
It's
Hell,
nothing wrong with
hello our
that.
entire audience, fuck you, you're stupid.
No. He's not saying that. But like,
No, that's
to me,
basically what like it was coming off as. I realized. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
yeah. No, but what I was gonna say was, in a way though, I actually kind of miss like shit's bad when just hearing people waffle on about like nothing is kind of something that you're gonna miss about the internet, because again, dead internet theory, and it's just like, man, I would crave just to hear like someone waffling about, but then again, no, I don't. But you know what I mean? Like I just miss when it was like authentic, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we did when it comes to like voice chatting in particular, we did get kind of spoiled by
COVID.
the COVID period where everybody was just kind of stuck being in chat rooms.
Honestly, I kind of. I know this is gonna sound really bad, but I kind of almost miss it.
I kind of miss it a little bit too. It was like, it was like a massive sleepover for like 2 years.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it was a horrible, horrible. Like, in living in the moment of COVID, it was bleak. Like, I actually thought like the world was going to end. Like, that's how bleak it kind of felt at times. But
Oh
we
yeah.
got through. We powered through. But the thing is that the fucking like camaraderie that we kind of like fought. I mean, we met during COVID, and that's been like what, 5 years now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, dude, like COVID, it, like hit our family really hard because, my father in law almost got killed by it, and then
Jesus.
I ended up getting COVID three fucking times, and that sucked.
I had COVID. A friend of ours had what I like to call COVID first edition because he had it like the very beginning, and I think early COVID was like the worst because again, like no one was vaccinated. We didn't. It was just awful. So yeah,
Co-
we know
co-
someone who had like the earliest form.
COVID V1.
Yeah, because I often use D&D terms because he's a D&D player, and I like to fuck with him. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, he
COVID at the first level.
yeah. With that, they ironed out the bugs, but yeah, V5. So yeah.
You don't have to roll to hit.
Death roll.
As long as you have line of sight, you can just roll your damage.
Yeah. Yeah, COVID was a wild one. Like COVID was actually a thing that this is gonna sound kind of a weird way to put it, but like that was actually a thing that kind of like finished off my granddad because he was already in like a really bad state to begin with. And I mean he had dementia. But then like COVID was kind of like the final nail in the coffin for lack of a better word. So yeah, that it was a wild time for everybody,
Oh yeah, I
and
think COVID permanently fucked up my neck.
I had it, and I don't know if I would say I had anything permanent from it, but man, that I do generally think that was like one of the worst illnesses I've ever had, like ever. It was just wild.
Honestly, the worst part about COVID was like, traveling during that time period, literally
Yeah.
anywhere. Yeah. I really, oh God, I wish, I honest to God wish that stores would please open back up to 24 hours a day. Please.
To be fair, like even stores over here were like stopping that like even before COVID, so that wasn't exactly like an American exclusive thing.
I know, but I miss it so fucking much.
Yeah, because the way that you work, like outside of this, because you're an art boy like through and through, and I know for a fact that like you would benefit the most like having a nightly like shop. So
Well, no, I just have a contempt for a lot of fucking people that I'm surrounded by. So like,
yeah,
excuse me. All right, yeah, but no, like I miss the days where you would go there at like 3 a.m. and there would be three other goobers that look like you in the store, and then you just like get your shit and leave. I
mm,
miss that. And
yeah.
the fucked up thing too is like, especially with places like Walmart, they're still open. Like, there's still people working all night long. It's just that they close the doors so that way they restock.
Shit.
I'm gonna tell you a little behind the scenes secret though. A lot of the people
Let me
that
tell
have
you
that
this.
shift don't do shit.
Yeah,
They just go
let,
there, collect a fucking paycheck, and then go home.
let me tell you this. Yeah,
Because my wife
my life.
used to
Go
be a
on. Sorry.
person that she was on like the second shift, and like a lot of the first shift people are the people that like work in the store when nobody's in there. She would always
Mm,
have to fucking like pick up the slack from those fucking folks because they just didn't do their jobs like at all.
yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me some funny. Do you want to tell the story about you like coming in pretending to be like a weird like freakazoid
Oh yeah,
asking
yeah,
for
yeah,
loot?
yeah, yeah. Oh, this is great. So, you
Yeah,
know,
listen to this.
she's
Yeah,
she's working. She's working. I need to go to Walmart to get some shit, and then I see her, and they haven't noticed me. They're all just kind of like in the chips aisle because they're like reorganizing all of that shit. So they're talking to each other, and I just walk up to them. I mess up my hair. I walk up to them. I look like absolute shit, and I just go, "Can you guys show me where I could find the eggs?" And all
yeah, and
of
then
the coworkers are just like, "What the
oh
fuck is
no,
happening right now?" And then she's like, "Oh, hello, honey." I'm like, "Oh yeah,
and when they all just like, ah!
yeah."
I could totally see myself doing that to like because I remember my sister used to work at like a supermarket. It was far away, so there's no way this would have happened, but. I could have totally seen myself just like fuck with it, be like, "Excuse me, madam, where can I find the bacon?" You know, kind of thing. You just be like, "Oh, you fucking
I
dog
love
bastard!"
I love the fact too that I was like one aisle away from the eggs, so like their brains must have been getting scrambled.
It's scrambled, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, that was
Oh, by the
great.
way, do you see my stream?
Yeah.
So, hang on a minute. Fuck, I need to make a duplicate real quick because the branch is in the way. All right, hold on,
Oh yeah, I'm
hold on,
definitely
hold on,
seeing your
hold on.
screen.
Yeah, do you see this? Do you see Mr. Krabs?
Hello,
All
Mr.
right,
Krabs.
so Maven's like, no, fucking streams like. Oh, we looked everywhere for her. I don't know where she is. And then like Carl's like, oh well, I guess that's it then. And then Nina's like kind of squeezing us, be like, oh no, you're not getting off that easy. And then Maven's gonna be in the corner and be like, hey guys, I did that thing. And then I'm thinking in the next one, like Nina pulls him like towards us, be like, oh shit, dog, what's going on? Kind of thing, like we're just chilling.
We had somebody in one of the comment sections
Yeah.
call Honey Bunny a Mary Sue.
Mary Sue. Yeah, some like it was like a Russian account too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, my favorite part about that though is just like just by sheer accident, all of the characters are women.
Yeah, so I never when I designed some of these, like I wasn't like, all right, women. It just happened, because I come up with like the ideas, as I write. Well, I mean, then again, I was writing this, so like, this is I'm gonna let you in on a little secret when it comes to crane stuff. Is like shit just happens sometimes when you write it. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, like at the very beginning when I wrote this script, Stream was just like a background character, but then I was like you don't really see many orc bards outside of like maybe D&D. So then I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna make this the main
I
character. Just look
heavily
interesting. No.
influenced the usage of this character.
Yeah,
And you know
yeah,
what?
and I'm very
I'm still heavily influencing the usage of this character because when I was like, stream because she's like a late addition to the actual story because we're just kind of like
yeah,
on a whim. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just have her in it. In the actual script bit, there isn't really much for her to do, so we're kind of just making up shit on the fly for her to do.
yeah. Now when I say make it up on the spot, like we have planned, like I have written an entire story for this, but like. So what's great about Daniel is like so I'm kind of like I kind of lay out this whole story before him, right? And he's kind of like making it. What? How do I say this?
I was like,
He's adding flavor to
like I'm
it.
an editor. Yeah,
Yeah, you're adding. That's why you're down as like co-writer because you're like like this scene right here that you're doing right now. You've actually added like more pages to this as more than what I originally like laid out for you.
yeah.
So you're adding like flavor to this. You're adding like flair. So
Also, like the whole her using music, like you can physically see the musical notes in the air and they're actual musical notes. Like that was made up like yesterday.
yeah, yeah. So you're
And
doing like a really good job with that,
and
and
I
I'm
think
very,
it's
very,
really
very
creative.
happy.
And if it ever gets animated, people can actually put music to those scenes,
Of course, yeah.
which is neat.
So yeah, I'm very happy with what you've done so far. So
I actually had to find a 4 string version of fucking. Luckily, a lot of these fucking songs are like 4 chords, so like you could get away with playing a lot of these
Hmm.
songs using 4 strings. What's weird is that like four string instruments actually have a lot in common with fucking like on a writing level. They have a lot in common with violins.
They do, yeah, they actually do.
Yeah,
From what I've gathered. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. I fucking love sea shanties. You know what made me love sea shanties even more was Assassin's Creed 4. You know, Black Flag.
yeah.
That game, I think, is probably one of Ubisoft's best out of the series because what they did was they took what was probably the only good part of Assassin's Creed 3 mechanically and just like, man, people really like the ship battles in 3. Why don't we just make a fucking pirate game? And it is awesome. It is fucking awesome game.
Also,
I
I mean,
love 4.
her using like sailor songs is kind of like a fucking. It plays into where her character is from later, which we will not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like it's just a really subtle like nod to the fact that of where she actually comes from
Mm.
and how she is a half orc. It all
Oh yeah.
like you just like and that was a thing that was just kind of like, oh, you know what? If I'm gonna add this, I might as well make it part of her character.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like
So
it makes you think that like that kind of shit, like add it, like being more flexible with it, like adding some ideas here and there can make it look
mhm.
like we're geniuses at writing when in reality we're like, this would probably be a little bit better for the fucking character if we did that. What do you think? Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. There were a lot of moments where we were like, no, that's fucking stupid. Shut up.
Oh yeah, we thought a lot about everything. Like, we had ideas that we shut down. We had ideas we fleshed out. Like we like this whole thing. And again, you have to wait and see when it comes out. But like we thought about everything about this
One
as much as humanly possible.
one of the benefits, I will say, one of the benefits of writing a majority of the story ahead of time is we realized that there was one part of the story that's coming up that would be
Hmm.
better served out of order. So
Sort of, yeah.
there's a part that happens and then there's a very important part that happens after that. But we're thinking, okay, we're going to do that more important thing first. So that,
Yes,
and when we switched it around, we realized that the flow of the story works better. And the only reason why we're even able to do that is because the whole thing is already fucking written. And
exactly, yeah.
putting it out of order like that doesn't change the overall, story. It's just a rearrangement of plot points.
Exactly, yeah. So it's kind of like nothing really kind of changed. It was just rearranged for lack of a better word. So it's awesome. Like honestly, I'm very happy that you made that you made that suggestion because it's gonna flow a lot better.
Yeah,
So
I like it.
whew, yeah, man. So yeah, another thing I did before we came on here was so I was gonna make this one mission, but I only got halfway through, which was I was actually gonna watch a Elvis Presley documentary about his friends called they
The
call themselves the Methius Mafia, I think it
the
was.
Memphis Mafia, because Memphis is in Tennessee. Yeah,
Yeah. And now, to clarify, they're not actually a mafia. That was like a nickname because they were from, like, as you said, that place. But it was kind of like they kind of just acted like his bodyguards for the most part, right?
there were a lot of his just like fucking close friends, and then they just
Yeah,
turned into his bodyguards. Yeah,
yeah. There were. I did get to the point where like the hairdresser got involved, and like, and again, the moment I heard this was when I had to stop because I was doing this. Was when like some of the guys were like, "Yeah, he came in with this fucking philosophical religious bullshit" or something like that. Maybe you can tell me more because you actually know.
that's when Elvis started to get into like a lot of the like guru shit. Like
Hmm.
he started doing yoga and stuff. And you know what? Like whatever. Like if you want to do something to like pass the time, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Really, just don't join a cult. But
Yeah.
my thing is his producer hated that shit so much that in one of the fucking the guy that like screwed him out of a lot of his money hated this shit that Elvis was doing so much that In one of the movies, there's a song shitting on yoga, and you can see how pissed Elvis is. It's also the worst Elvis song ever.
Is that the one where it's like twisted like a pretzel? Is it that
Yeah,
one?
that's that one. Yeah, that is literally the worst fuck. Yoga is as yoga does. There's no in between. You're either with it on the ball or you're below the scene. You sit upside down on your head, feet against the wall. Simple yoga exercise done by one and all. Yoga is
Yeah.
as yoga does. There's no in between. That song fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's I remember you because again, I don't know, like I don't, I kind of like know fuck all about Elvis, but you told me that, and I was like, this definitely feels like a low blow of his career. Then
My
again, he did do that like cousin shit, so you
He did
know.
the cousin movie. Yeah, that movie. Like, I can't believe they even fucking hazarded to make that fucking movie.
I mean, wasn't it like more of his manager who was like kind of
He
controlling him
was
at that
under
point?
contract. He had to do whatever fucking movie they threw at him. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this scene right here, I think this is where Maeve is going to be like, you know, who's the? I'm not going to say that word, but like, yeah, this is where she's going to be like, who's that freak over there?
Who's that lady?
Hey, you, get into my car.
That was playing at a fucking store, and I immediately did that, and like five people turned their fucking heads to look at me because when you go, "Hey, you,
You
get into my
get into
car,"
my car.
who me?
Help me. Yes, you.
I
I
fucking
wish
I literally I jump scared people with that shit.
I wish I could play that song, but you know, you two will like fucking give us the banhammer if we
You
play that
fucking
shit.
jump
Fucking
scared me yesterday, you son of a bitch.
oh yeah. Say what happened again.
Okay, so we were working on this like without recording, right? We were just like busting ass on it, and we were listening to a audiobook, but the volume of the audiobook is really low, so I turned it up on my side so I could like lean in, and then you were calling to your mom, going like, "What?" And I just went.
I think your wife was like,
She was laughing
um,
because like she actually heard me like fucking jump. Fuck you.
oh, oh, what was that?
No, I was just listening to this guy being like, and then that's when the ship started to, and then he just went, "What?" I was like, "What?"
Oh God.
Like you legitimately made my fucking heart skip a beat. Like I was like,
To be fair though, you've probably done the same to me in the past, so I can't like make fun.
"What the fuck?"
What the fuck? She's probably actually gonna be, so yeah, she's gonna be like, who's the boyo? And then probably Nina's gonna probably like grab his like chin and be like, this lovable hunk of meat right here. No, no, no.
Throws him through a wall.
Frozen through wall, laugh. Everyone throws their heads back and laugh in union. Man, if there's one, we get the book printed out and there's just a button that's just a laugh track.
God, you want to see
You
some
remember, it's
really
like,
good? You want to see some really good movies where like women are like the fucking badass action heroes? Watch like Japanese and like kung fu movies from like the mid 70s.
yeah.
Dude, some of that
I,
like Lady Snowblood and shit like that, or like so there's Zatoichi, which is like the blind swordsman. There's a female version of the blind swordsman, but she does like this really cool like reverse grip shit with like a hidden umbrella blade. It's so fucking
mm,
cool.
I wonder if that, you know what? There's a character they introduced in Soul Calibur 3 who like fights with something like that. So I'm actually starting to wonder if they got the inspiration from that.
Oh, 100%. 110%,
Yeah.
yep. You used to be able to watch all of the fucking Zatoichi movies and shows on fucking Tubi, but then they removed them. I was like, fuck! I
Mm.
really wanted to watch those. I watched like five of them. They're all great. It's just a blind guy showing up to places and being like, "Oh, you are full of shit," and then he just kills all of them. It's great.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah, what else can you want from a fucking action movie? People acting like a dickhead to a blind guy, and then that blind guy absolutely wrecking their shit because they didn't know who they were fucking with.
Yeah.
The standard action fucking cliche.
I still think about that one Jackie Chan film where like the woman's about to fight the other woman, and then she like rips off her kimono, and she's like so fucking buff,
Yeah,
and
she's
she's just
jacked
the
and
other woman's like,
she's like, oh no.
yeah.
That was really good.
I just like yeah, I like how the other woman just kind of like she has like an open palm forward, just like oh, just kind of like almost like her self esteem goes down ever so slightly. She's like yeah.
Oh god, City Hunter might be one of like the worst Jackie Chan movies ever, though.
Is that the same film?
No, City
Hmm.
Hunter is based off of It was made in the '80s. Is a really, really, really popular manga at the time. It's like a comedy action like police thing where the main character can do really stupid shit with like a fucking cult python.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cold
and
Python's the Magnum, right?
yeah, and then it also does that like fucking thing that almost every single '80s manga did, which was just the main character is like a really sketchy horn dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's literally just like it's literally just violence and sex jokes. And I could
Yeah.
see why in the '80s it was really, but like, yeah, Jackie Chan got the rights to do a film version, but like it sucked hard.
Mm.
It was
Hey,
also
real.
during the time when, he was an '80s playboy and he was doing a lot of drugs and shit.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, when Nina's like introducing this guy, do you think it'd be really funny if she held him forward like a fucking cat?
Oh, like by the collar.
Like not by the collar, but sort of like on like she's got her arms kind of like she's got her hands underneath like his armpits, like holding him up like a cat. Think that'd be funny?
Mm,
Or you think that's a bit much?
it's a bit much.
Maybe just be like pats him on like the shoulder, be like this this piece of shit right here.
The last thing we want is for people to think that this comic where people's heads explode when they get kicked in the nuts is woke.
Yeah. Well then again, you say that, but then I had a guy at work say that like pirate yakuza's woke, so take that for what you will.
Oh no.
That was probably the one that like melted my brain. I was like, yeah, I've been playing that new pirate yakuza game. He's like, is this a woke thing? I'm like, yes, the pirates are the
Okay,
wokest of the woke.
if you ever look at this comic and you have that fucking thought in your head, really evaluate for just one moment. Really think about this. Really think about this long and hard. You have hot ladies and excessive amounts of violence.
Mm. There's hot men as well. If you're into that as well.
Yeah, but it's literally just really sexy ladies do. It's like Ghost in the Shell. It's a sexy lady doing extreme violence.
Yeah.
So if that's woke, then I don't know.
I do generally think that this whole like woke business is comes from a bit of like insecurity as
I
well
think
because
it's.
like
I think the trend is dying.
I hope so because like that I'm so tired. Like I'm as tired as hearing the word like woke as I am hearing the word slop, which I mean it's a good way to like describe things, but like
Well, I think the era of like the really poorly written girl boss shit is like coming to an end. Like we're finding new
Mhm.
shit. Honestly, you know what the thing that's really exploding with movies is right now? Horror movies.
Oh really?
Horror movies because you make a movie for like fucking $5 million, and then it makes $20 million at the box office. That's a fucking win, right? You make fucking
Mm,
20 of
mm,
those, and then you're swimming in fucking money, and you're making movies, right?
yeah.
So you know, horror movies historically, horror movies, their main characters are women.
Oh yeah, the final girl, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, historically speaking. So like, and a lot of horror movies that are coming out are just good.
I think Terrifier might have also had a play into that as well because I fucking love Terrifier. I do.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Fu-
get
uh,
that excessively violent.
Yeah. Hey, real talk. I'm going to give you all an idea. So this comic is violent. I mean, if the last few episodes have been any indication, but There have been moments when we've talked about like, hey, should this happen, and we've actually like actually stopped ourselves, be like, okay, that's a bit much.
It's a bit much. So
Yeah.
if you're like, oh, it's gonna be like edgy garbage, like, or just like, there were a few plot points where we're like, do we really want to go there?
Yeah, like honestly, it's funny is I have a friend of mine who says like, I good luck on the comic, but this isn't really my thing because they think it's going to be like some kind of edgy like teen shit, and I'm just like, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if someone said is this edgy, I'd be like, yeah, a little, but like, I'm not going out to like, they're gonna fucking kill, they're gonna like drink blood at the skull. It's like,
I
it's
mean,
not gonna be like that. It's not
so
that.
so a
Go
comparison
on.
that you could make is something like Hell of a Boss. I like Hell of a Boss, but I understand why people don't like it based off
Oh
of like
yeah,
the dialogue because every single person like swears and has like a shitty attitude, right?
yeah, yeah.
So with this comic, the only person that actually really talks like that is the protagonist, and they're a crazy shit talker, right?
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes.
but
I
like,
didn't have. There's not excessive like swearing in the script,
but
so.
like the buff nun is just like very stoic, doesn't really say that much, and when they do, it's
Mhm.
like very like methodically thought out. And then the bard is
Yeah.
like just kind of like a shy individual that slowly gains confidence over the fucking course of the story. So like,
Mm.
and then the only other person that might be shit talky is the mage, and we haven't even gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, at least not in book one anyway. I mean, I'm kind of sort of there,
Oh
but
well, yeah.
I think Stream is. Would you say she's half and half? Like, I mean, then again, she's kind of like, yeah, kind of person. So that could be a swearer, but like not
I
constantly.
think my thing about Stream is that like she weirdly kind of became the actual protagonist of the fucking thing.
To an extent, yeah, because like Honey Bunny, I have to describe Honey Bunny as like the catalyst of things that like happen, and then
She's like
I'd say
she's like
Stream is
Galgo
sort.
13. She's a force of nature. Like that's just whenever she does shit, that's when it like goes down. But like a lot of the character moments come from the fucking orc bard.
Yeah, because I remember when I started writing the script, like I kind of almost like again, it's called Honey Bunny because again, the rabbit is the thing that's there. But then I think as I wrote it, like that's when it became like sort of like a group. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it like the group was actually a lot smaller when we first it was literally like the rabbit. I think it like the original inception of the idea was like you were like, well, it could be like a duo thing where you have like the rabbit and like the nun. And then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I mean, if we're gonna do like an adventure thing, we need to have at least one more character. And then we were like, okay, well, maybe later on they come across like a wizard, right? So
Yeah.
then we made Maven, who's like the mage, and then when we were
But then there was also the church that came quite early. So then, like,
yeah,
I
but then
already had a.
when we were actually like working on it though, like Stream was just like a jobber that was going to get their ass kicked in the opening, and then we liked the
Mm.
design and like the idea so much that we were just like, why don't we just put this character in the fucking comic?
Yeah. But then, like, Nina was less like. I try to think because again, like I do remember, like Nina was also a case of like I think I was just browsing Twitter one day, and then like I saw like a nun thing, and then I was like religion does play a part of this like world, but then I think I also saw like a woman who was like a buff lady that like cosplays characters like especially like Monster Hunter for example, and
Yeah.
I was just like the two and two like the wires crossed, and I was like, would it be kind of funny if like we had sort of like a buff nun character? Like she's so buff that like her clothes, like the reason why her clothes are ripped is because like there's no clothes like in her size. So like the reason why like she's got like the torn sleeves and the midriff is because like
Hmm.
she was trying to put on like regular clothing, she just kind of like fuck it kind of thing,
You
you
see, the
know.
reason why I thought is because she's a fucking like troubled person that just keeps getting into trouble.
Oh yeah, that's part of it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that I wrote that into the script too, where it's just like because again, like you and I like did it together after a while, so. But yeah, like she's a bit of a troubled person, and
She will have check out my cool backstory.
no, that is my cool fucking backstory. Yeah. Can't wait to see what the final Smiling Friends is.
I'm
I
gonna
was a
make
little bit sad.
since we're
Yeah,
actually recording this, I'm gonna make a prediction about Smiling Friends. I think that the
the final
last
two
two
episodes.
episodes are gonna be a fucking two-parter, and that's just because they're releasing them at the same on the same day. So we're
Quite
basically going to
possibly.
get the Smiling Friends movie, basically.
Yeah, well, movies in like what? Well, it's probably going to be more of a short film because these episodes are like what, 11 minutes if you count the credits.
Yeah, but they could fucking like pull out.
But then again, it could even be longer for all we know. So yeah,
Yeah, we don't know how fucking long it's gonna be. They're showing absolutely no fucking promotional material for it, so I think they're gonna like have one big like nut shot for it.
yeah. Oh man, but you know what? I respect their decision if they want to end on a high note. I am a little bit sad that it's going to stop now, but at the same time, think about it. Like we had like what, one shitty episode, and then we had one that's kind of half and half in quality.
There's a few episodes where you're just kind of like, eh.
I mean, there's some episodes where like there's an A plot and a B plot, and the A plot is better than like you have ones that the B plot's better. Like
Yeah,
that one where like Charlie. I mean, what was that one with the original Smiling Friends? Like the
yeah.
happy
The part where
because
Charlie
you.
is actually getting sick is a lot funnier than the actual like A plot.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still I mean, and then there was also the Halloween episode where at first I think at first you was like, in season two, was like, I don't really like this, but then we kept thinking about it and we kept quoting it to the point where it's like, I think we just like this episode now. I mean, do you like that episode?
Yeah, the one with
The boss's
the
girlfriend,
the
yeah,
boss's wife. The boss gets
yeah, because
hitched.
you didn't like that originally, but then you kept quoting it, and it's like, well, it must have done something for you if you keep quoting it.
Jumbo's knife.
Jumbo's knife, and then it's like, I can't come with you. I have an appointment with Dr. Monster. Alan, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means. I'm not going
I'm
to
not
tell
going
you.
to
All
tell
right, then.
you.
And then
In
there
the
was
in
also
the
the fact.
German dub, they keep Alan's voice basically the same.
Oh, really? So it's like no. So like tonally
Yeah,
never changes.
yeah. He's still like, ein Monster.
Yummy.
Thank you, nutritious.
Thank you,
I fucked up my
master.
friend doing like the Alan voice because like now whenever he like feels a little sassy, he just does the Alan voice. He's like, Daniel, fuck you.
You got a friend who I don't want to like throw him under the bus, but like you got a friend who actually sounds like he has a sassy voice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a lot of friends.
you have. I have friends.
Contrary to how I talk in this podcast, a lot of like I am actually a very nice guy.
I'm not.
Sorry, I
No.
have no friends. Fuckface.
Yeah. 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 No. But I'm a nice guy when you get to know me. Smiles, like caresses, like barrel of shotgun.
Smiles, tilts head sideways, like finger
Tilts,
guns to camera.
tilts, yeah, grins. Teeth sparkle. Yeah.
There we go. That's the line art on this page. As I said, we're gonna do all the backgrounds like last.
Yeah. Like that's probably gonna be like I reckon that'll probably be like a week of just doing that shit, and then there's probably gonna be another week of like doing basic shading. I think. So yeah.
Slap.
Come on, Dragon Balls.
Ladies
Come
and
on,
gentlemen,
Honey
we have
Bunny.
our first face palm of the comic.
There you go. That reminds me, I still need to put out that teaser of her like doing the strings up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I shaved my head.
Oh, you did it again?
Yep. It's starting to get
Nice.
warm. I
Um,
I refuse, fucking refuse to pay the prices for fucking barbers because I used to maintain a high and tight, which is like shaved on the side, little bit of hair on the top, right?
mm-hmm.
And to maintain that, it was like $8, and then I would give them tips. So it'd be about $10 for like a trim.
Mm.
Just to do that alone, they want like 25 to 40 fucking dollars depending on where you're going. Fuck you. And that's before tip. Then they have the cheek to ask for a fucking tip at that fucking price point. Fuck off.
Hey, real talk. As a little like limey fucker, one thing I don't understand about your culture is the whole tip. Like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like the expectation. I'm like, no. Nah, chief.
Yeah, I don't know. It's about like there's multiple different reasons why to tip, and it depends on what the actual service is.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm probably gonna order food after we're done here, and in America, it's like expected to have a tip in there, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember watching an Only Plays video where like Chris O'Neill was talking about how he came back from Ireland, back to America, and he actually nearly got all of his friends kicked out of a bar because he didn't like tip straight away because he's like, oh yeah, in Ireland we just don't really do that as like a custom, you know. So then the fucking like bartender's like, oh, oh, you came from an island. Well, where's the fucking accent? I don't believe you. Get it. I'm gonna kick you out of the bar if you don't give me a tip. It's just like, ugh. That's like one thing in America. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble with if I
Hey, listen,
come
beggars
over.
can't be fucking choosers, okay? Tips are optional.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tips in the United States are optional, but people get really pissy if you don't.
yeah. I feel like I'm gonna get a fucking crosshair on my forehead the moment I make fun of like Americans asking for tips.
You don't have to fucking tip anyone. Why the fuck
Yeah.
would I? Why, like, pay your staff.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a foreign concept. Pay your fucking staff better.
Or, another thing you could do is there. Did you know that there are different types of tips? So, like, there's regular tipping where somebody does a good job, you give them a little bit of extra money for as a thank you for doing a good job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing: you could do shared tips.
Oh yeah.
So let's say that shared tips. That means that everybody is working as a team to get as many tips as possible, and then they're divvied up at the end of the day. And if you have a really good fucking restaurant where everyone's on the fucking ball, you can make a lot of fucking money doing that.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can just get like a quick, so we can get a quick reference that'll like save me time.
Music.
Seeing this like scenario right here, I am starting to wonder if like losers will be like, this is woke.
Doesn't matter. We
Yeah. Then
we
you know how I think that's bullshit. That whole
y-
like mentality. Go
here's
on.
here's my thing behind it. If people start making that fucking argument, you know what we can do is just say fucking nothing. Because a lot of the people that do that basically just rage bait people into saying really dumb shit on Twitter. That's how, like, that,
Oh
that one
yeah.
lady that did the fucking Seven Dwarves movie.
Oh yeah.
That
The
Seven
yeah.
Dwarves movie would have probably done a lot better if she just kept her fucking mouth closed. Like, okay, if you're gonna have a multi-billion-dollar, like, if this the movie cost like $500 million to make, right?
Mm, mm.
If you're gonna make a movie that's that expensive, I would have like a contract with the talent, and like part of the budget of that film would be PR people for their fucking social media. I would never allow somebody to say dumb shit on the internet.
Although the thing is too is like if that did end up happening, like that's also kind of weird, like free advertising in a way because it's getting attention
Yeah, but
in a fucked up way.
it's negative. You want yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh
is
yeah. Don't
negative.
get me wrong.
You want people to have the most positive fucking, especially with a children's film. You want to have the most positive fucking look, like the whole. Think about how many people ate crow to Disney lawyers
Yeah. Well, I mean, but here's the
because
thing
Disney
though.
tries to maintain their family image.
I know, but I mean, I had a point I was going to make why I think it's bullshit. You know?
The woke thing.
Yeah. So you want to know why I think that's like a bullshit mentality?
Mm.
I know for a fact that the people that preach that are also the same people that probably played Resident Evil Village and were like, "Oh, big lady, step on me."
Oh my god, these fucking degenerates online are so fucking horrible. Could you believe? Oh, big lady,
Is that a
big.
9 foot tall woman?
Oh my god, fucking big lady.
How am I supposed to avoid the stalker enemy when it's a big lady? I'm just like, yeah, no, these people are full of shit. I think
Dude,
it's like that's why
there
I
were
don't believe
people
it.
like on day one that made a mod where you can just slap her butt.
So no, so what it was someone replaced the knife with like a fly swatter. So then you just like go up behind. It's
Yeah,
like oh, it's the same.
which is yeah dumb. It's like so like
Yeah, so that's why I don't believe like when people say this is woke. It's like you're the same people that fucking like go horny off this. Go fuck yourselves.
this might surprise you, but the fact that
Yeah.
you exist at all means that somebody somewhere at some time had sex.
Yeah. I know,
If
foreign
they
contact, right?
didn't, you would not be.
Exactly, yeah.
Unless you're like a fucking like Albert Wesker test tube baby or something, but like, I feel like especially in the American context where our fucking ambulances are just fucking Mack trucks with a box on the back of them. I feel like most people couldn't afford that.
Yeah. Fucking Albert Wesker kept like I like he kept in line with the theme there, kind of.
Yeah, and Albert Wesker is the perfect life form, a redditor.
It is, it is the perfect life. Yeah.
The ultimate life form, a redditor. I just didn't like the new Batman movie.
And then you find out there's like there's a rival, which is the Discord moderator.
I actually like the new Batman movie with the vampire boy,
Oh yeah, Edward something. Yeah,
Edward Scissortits. Yeah,
Edward Scissor Tits.
yeah. I
Yeah,
fucking loved that movie. I thought it was really fucking good.
yeah.
And then people were complaining, the fucking the Riddler is like a weird like fucking incel whatever. I'm like,
So
they were
do you not know what the Riddler is then?
no they made the Riddler basically the fucking oh what the fuck is that, the Zodiac killer.
Oh, really? That's
They
interesting.
basically copied a lot of like the Zodiac killer shit for like the Riddler in that movie. And
Really?
like, the movies also like a lot of movies are doing like this retro like 1970s shit, so it like kind of fits.
Mm, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
It's just really goofy to me that people just don't I think like that media literacy thing, it's that thing where people can't watch movies without like, having the subtitles on because, they just can't pay attention to the movie long enough to hear what the fuckers are saying.
Yeah.
But why did he did that? Because in the previous scene they established that there's a gun. Well, where did the
Mm.
gun go now? He stored it in his pocket. They showed that in the previous scene. Well, are you watching the film with me? Like,
Mm.
what the?
Yeah, it's
If you
not good.
don't want to watch a movie, we could do something else. No, no, no. We can watch the movie.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of like funny like TV stuff, I saw something funny happen last night at work where there's like a TV in like the canteen room, like the temporary canteen because there's like construction going on now. And the TV was off, and then some guy turned it on, but then he realized that he turned it onto a channel that was called like Skin A&E, where it was like people with like fucked up like medical skin shit. And then he quickly realized like, oh wait, people are eating, we got to turn that off. So like he quickly changed to like Film 4 or something. It's just like because
Is that the whole story? Is that it?
well, yeah, the guy turned it onto like a gross channel as everyone's eating.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, oh god, this is when I worked on the military base at the fucking like the booze store.
Go on.
Uh, in the break room, we just had like true crime on, like actual
Oh
fucking
yeah.
like crime shit. So we're eating and we're watching shit where it's like, yeah, he tied her to a fucking radiator that he fucking installed on a fucking cargo container in the middle of the woods, and we're just like, wow, this is crazy, right? Eating lunch. And I kept making
Yeah.
the joke, like, whenever they do one of these fucking things, they're always like, yeah, fucking Bratterman was really fucking normal, but like, I never thought that he had it in him to do something horrible like this. And then and then it just cuts to like a fucking bloody hammer on a table, and it just goes, this is his hammer collection. He called this one Sweet Susie. Like almost every single one of those documentaries had like something akin to that until one day
Mm.
there was actually a moment where they were like, this is his hammer collection. They actually did the thing I kept making a joke out of. And then we just all fucking started laughing and we almost choked eating chips.
Yeah. This.
We used to work with a guy called, well, I can't fuck it. I'll just call him Big Gay Mike.
Oh yeah.
Big Gay Mike was a turbo Christian religious dude who used to be in the fucking military, but he was really gay, like hilariously flat, like 90s comedy movie gay.
Oh yeah. Go
He was
on.
a really awesome guy. I really liked fucking hanging. We used to like smoke cigarettes outside the store when we were fucking done working.
Mm.
No, I fucking love Mike. He was awesome, but like it just like we would be watching like we'd be watching that true crime shit while eating our fucking lunch, and then he'd just be like, "Oh no, Jesus, take the wheel! Oh God, could you believe that somebody would be so fucked up to do that? They need Jesus."
Oh.
Like, and I'm like, "Fuck, you're such a fucking character! Holy shit!"
I'm just picturing you just like mid sandwich like.
The other cool thing about Mike too was that he spoke German, so if we wanted to just be dicks to customers without them knowing, we would just fucking just start talking German.
Oh man, I've seen enough comedies to know that like if there's two people in a room speaking another language, they'll probably make like isn't there like a thing in Sopranos where like they'll be Italian and just be like, oh yeah, these two suck each other's cocks or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was predominant. It was just predominantly so that way we could like pull out like like our dialogue over the chatter of the entire store. Realistically, it would have been a bad idea to talk shit in German because it was on a military base, and a lot of people have German wives.
Oh no.
So, like, if we talked like mad shit, we could get in trouble doing.
Mm.
It was really just to like cut out the fucking like the chatter of the store. Man, I miss. You ever had a shit job that you really didn't like doing at the time, but then the more you think about it, you kind of miss the camaraderie with all of the people that you worked with?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like my first job, like I have like nothing really nice to say about like the managers or like the job itself. But then I'm like, man, Ashley, man, he was a good kid.
I fucking yeah, I kind of miss I kind even though like this is the job before that when I worked at like the gangster gas station. It's just like,
Oh yeah.
even though my life was basically like fucking threatened every single day, I kind of miss working there.
It's a weird one because this has been like in my brain recently where it's like like I am so happy I'm gone and like half the people that I used to work with were like bums really like I didn't like them, but honestly the people I do like I have like really fond memories of, and I hope they're doing well wherever they are. And honestly, like like one thing I do miss, for example, was the Fridays were probably the best because we were on like the afternoon shift where it was just like three of us in like a big building on our own, and then it's such a weird job because like the managers aren't even there, so I mean they have the cameras on their phone so they could like conceivably see what's happening to an extent, but like the small canteen area had no cameras, and there were like every Friday we were just sitting around doing nothing like for about 2 hours after like the initial work was done. And then there was a point in time when I was like, guys, we're sitting in this room alone for 2 hours doing nothing at all, and there's no cameras here. Why don't I just bring in my laptop? We just watch movies or play video games. So then that became like the night of like, oh, and you know what made it even better too. And this is a thing I enjoy doing. Like I think this is something I've taken from you is I love introducing people to like pop culture shit that they're not aware of.
Yeah.
So, for example, that guy Ashley, he was like, so at the time when I was at this job, I must have been like 25 and he was like 20. So he knew like fuck all basically about old films. And I was like, yo, dog, you ever seen Reservoir Dogs? Now what's that? Oh, I know what we're doing this Friday. And then like he'll just and then I think the best one was when I introduced him to Monty Python, or more specifically Life of Brian, and we just quoted that shit every single day
I
after that.
I actually found out the reason why people that are roughly like my age actually have a much more broad media literacy than newer folks, even though they have the entire internet.
Oh yeah.
So back when like my generation was growing up, you know, you had television, right? And then
Yeah.
the internet was its own like thing that was coming up. So let's say that you're watching television and you're watching cable. You have like a million channels. One of those like a lot of those channels got the rights to a whole bunch of older movies. So you'd be
Mm.
what like same thing with Cartoon Network or something like that. When Cartoon Network started, it didn't really have any like new programming, so it had a whole bunch of Hanna Barbera cartoons, or it had a whole bunch of Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of cartoons from like the fucking 1940s, like the 1930s and 40s, just because of how television programming worked. And then
Yeah.
with the advent of the internet, you also had the ability to see something on TV and then find it on YouTube, so
Oh
that way
yeah.
you could watch more of it. Because
Yeah.
back in the Wild West days of YouTube, you could just fucking post full ass movies on there because no
I
one
remember
cared.
that.
Yeah,
Oh man, that was a time period that no one will understand.
or like everybody posted like 1980s like music videos and stuff. Like I remember like people were like, man, you're not even like you weren't even like fucking conceived in the fucking 80s. How do you know so much 80s shit? Some of the earliest stuff posted on YouTube was just all 1980s music videos.
Yeah. God. Man, yeah, I remember like God, early YouTube. Like early YouTube was like when they still had the subtitle like broadcast yourself. Man, that was a fucking
But
that
then
was such a good time.
yeah, but going back to the whole cable television thing, because that was the way that you consume media. You'd go on like ABC, like you'd go to TNT or ABC or something like that, and then they just have like a movie on, and then you'd watch it, and you'd like a lot
Hmm.
of people just don't try things anymore.
They kind of don't know, which is weird because like you're in a position where you could kind of conceivably get what you want now to an extent.
See, the problem is that people don't know what they like. This is a thing that I learned in marketing. People don't know what they want until you present it as an idea.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm kind of experiencing that when we do our other art stuff, where it's like, man, people like whenever I ask people what do you want to see, like art wise, they're just like,
Duh.
oh no. It's like, man, you are in a position right now to influence my next course of action, and you're just like,
Okay, like
no.
so television kind of forced you to watch certain things at certain times, and if you missed it, you're like, fuck, I have to look at the TV guide and see if they have it on again later, right?
Yeah,
Nowadays, because you have everything, the issue is that you have everything. So then, and this is a thing that like I guarantee you, everyone that is listening to this has done this. You go to YouTube or you go to Netflix and you just sit there and just start scrolling, looking at the thumbnails because you just can't decide on what the fuck you actually want to watch.
yeah. There was a video that James Rolfe did that like spoke to me on that level, where it's just like you browse Netflix, like I don't know what to do, and then when you finally decide what to watch, you just fall asleep.
Yeah. So,
That is such yeah.
because there's a lot of videos where you're like, how the fuck have you never seen this movie? How? And then you think about it for a moment, it's like, well, they probably didn't grow up with television. And like, if they didn't have a streaming service that had it, or if they didn't have the DVD, which why the fuck would they? They probably would have never seen it.
That was actually something that happened to me when, like, well, not to me as in, like, I grew up with nothing. I mean, in the sense of, like, when you told me about the guys who never listened to music, I'm like, I refuse to believe this. But then you hit me with the same thing of, like, well, yeah, I mean, motherfucker, you didn't like anime for the longest time. You thought it was all the same. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and then I showed you like three fucking different styles of anime, and then you were like, oh, this isn't like anime is
It's
not
not
a genre;
trash.
it's a medium.
Yeah, it's like you actually show me stuff that's good as opposed to, like, the, high school trash, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, there's like isekais, which like they're really fucking popular, but like there's other shit too. I showed you like Ghost in the Shell, like the 1995 one. You were like, holy shit, this is really fucking cool.
Yeah, like it was really just, and I'm gonna sound, I know this makes me sound like uber dumb, but it was just literally a case of like, just watch good things, find good things, watch them.
And then we
So
watched some trash shit too, but like some of it was really like Galgo 13. That anime is so unbalanced, and then the fucking English dub is so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's one of those English dubs where they add like that guy like laughing like a little schoolgirl.
Wait,
Like that's
we're
not
on
in the
a
Japanese version.
we're on a TNT Titanic.
They just said that the dead man was a suspect in a London terrorist bombing that killed 400 people.
What was that? God help us all! Why, this vessel is like a TNT wired Titanic! This boy is going down!
Oh yeah, the fucking the ship that's wide to blow. Good lord, it's like we're on a TNT fueled Titanic. It's like
Or like the one where he has to shoot through like the bulletproof pyramid to like kill the guy that's like trafficking like organs, and like yes, Simpson, yes, and then like the fucking butler is like, Ma, yeah, the bulletproof, and the funny thing is like the guy is like the main guy is explaining how like it's impossible to get shot in his like bulletproof pyramid, but then like as he's explaining this in the English dub, for some reason, the butler is talking over him, like, yeah, that's right.
JJ is an expert marksman with almost 3 Olympic gold medals for shooting.
That's true.
This island was designed with his participation. So long as I'm here in this island,
What he's saying is right.
I'm 100% safe, Mr. Rivera. I'm more covered than my Edna
Don't doubt
policy.
him. Perhaps.
you know what I generally think might have happened in regards to that. So this is just my theory. So you know how in the anime they all look like weird caricatures of like humans.
Yeah.
I think whoever was in charge of dubbing the anime looked at those and was like, "Oh, this guy with like the buck teeth must be like a really silly goose. So I'm just gonna make him sound like a freak." It's like,
Yes, Samson. No, it wasn't Samson. It was fucking JJ.
yes, JJ.
JJ.
There was also one that's I'm gonna say this like very delicately that had like probably the most like homoerotic like
Oh. Fucking.
you know exactly.
I don't think the dialogue was supposed to come off turbo gay. And
Yeah.
you know what? I have gay friends. I showed them this episode, and they were like, "This is really fucking gay."
Hey, you got a great body. I'm jealous. Yeah, it's been about 40 days since I first joined this club, and I'm an old man. But I keep at it. I mean, how else you gonna fight off the plastic surgeon, eh?
Like some guy. So like the premise of Golgo 13 is he's a sniper that can fucking hit anything at any distance. You just have to pay him money, right? So
He's
there's
like
a guy.
the best marksman.
There's a guy that just like he's a millionaire and he sees him working out at like, you know, the same fitness studio. And he wants to proposition Golgo 13 to like assassinate his boss so that way he can get a pay promotion and take over the company, right? But the way that he does this is he walks up to Golgo 13 right after he showers in the locker room. And he's like, "Man, you got a really nice body there. Man, I'd kill to have a body like that. You know, hey, what if you and I just have a conversation? You know, what if we go to the restaurant? You know, just couple of guys getting a big, fat, juicy steak."
Still, I am really quite jealous of that body. What do you say we grab some dinner together? You know, just a couple of guys sharing a big, thick steak. I know a very good restaurant I think you'd like. Huh?
Actual dialogue. We were watching it and we were just like,
That's also the same episode I was on about where the guy like plants a bomb and he like runs off like a giggling schoolgirl in the English dub. Because and you know what's sad too?
His coworker sets a bomb up in his fucking like, you know, bowling bag. And then as he's running away, he goes
Okay, I want to say one more thing about that episode, and this is so. In that episode, that's actually one of the few times where Golgo 13 almost actually gets killed, and it's actually by an unseen force that he's not even aware of.
Yeah.
But then the guy, like, after the bomb explodes and kills all of the remaining people, he's like,
I did it! Yes, I killed them all! Yay, I did it! And then Golgo just shoots him from a mile away with a handgun, and then the episode just ends.
But here's the thing though. As he walks away, the splash screen of him walking away in the rain and the explosion is the coolest fucking splash screen out the whole series. But it's in that like the most dumb fuck episode imaginable.
I know, it's basically like, at the end of every mission in fucking Time Crisis, it goes like, BAM! Like, and then like, has like a really nice rendered fucking image of like the action scene.
I did it! You son of a bitch! That's what you get for making a fool of me! Serves you right! How's that? How's that?
It's like that. But it was right after, like, he almost died from a dumb fuck who put a bomb in a bowling ball. And, and like, the guy goes, yes, I did it, fuck you, I win!
I hope. I'm going to be honest with you. When I edit this episode, I'm actually going to attempt to see if I can include those scenes without YouTube, like, butt fucking us, because it's one of those things that has to be seen to be believed, because it's so fucking funny.
It's so fucking funny, yeah. And then we watched Mushoku Tensei. That was really good. We read Berserk.
Anime. Again, yeah.
We read Berserk like all the way through, and that was really fucking awesome. Because I was like, the sad thing is that there will never be a good anime of this, and the only way to really appreciate it is to read it.
Yeah, pretty much.
We actually sat down and read the whole thing together, and it was like a weird book club. And then once in a while, my mom would sit down and like read it with us too, which was really cool.
Yeah, the idea that I'm actually reading this, like it's one thing that I'm reading this book with another person, but the fact I'm reading it with their mom too, it's like, man, I don't even have that luxury. Like that's like such a weird, like it's insane. Like it's your mom's very different. I mean that in like a nice way.
Well, she's my partner in crime.
Yeah.
My mom.
Has your mom ever tried drawing? Did she draw?
From time to time, she doodles. She's okay at it.
Okay, as you were saying, sorry.
She's gotten more into playing video games. She's actually playing like a lot of those like property video games where it's like, Troll Hunter, the video game, or Tintin, the video game. Mainly because a lot of those are like Baby Shitter's first video game. So like she's actually learning how to do like side-scrolling shit doing that. And then she said like she's going to start picking games from like the library of games that we have.
I have
a lot of video games.
It'd be a really insane game for her to play. Can you imagine if you got her into Baldur's Gate?
I think she could get into that. I think my dad would be more interested in that though.
Yeah. you just like you bring your dad into playing Baldur's Gate, and he's the one that like romances Halson.
Well, the main reason why I think that he would be more interested in that is because he doesn't really have the hand-eye coordination to do like shooter games anymore, and he would
so a turn-based.
He would be much more interested in doing turn-based combat games.
Well, the game is cross-platform now, so if like playing on a console is easier for him, then that could be an option.
I told him, Dad, for like $20, you could buy every single Command and Conquer game ever made, and just recently they just fixed the front ends on the EA website, so you can just actually play them without borking your computer.
That's good. That's good.
Because he used to watch me play Command & Conquer, like, a lot.
Yeah. Oh, should I mention about the light gun, the problems I was having today?
Oh, yeah.
So to give you for context, from last episode, the light gun finally came, and I was playing Time Crisis 2, like I think it was Wednesday, and I was having a good time. Like it worked like more or less straight out the box. But then I tried playing 3 straight away, and it was having problems. So I was like, all right, you know what? So this one, I was like, you know what? It's a weekday. I have to go to work in like 2 hours, so I'm just gonna put this down before I like go crazy. And then so I put that down. Then I tried doing it the next day. No luck. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just get this is a fucking like weekend thing. I'm just gonna wait for the weekend. Today, before you came on here, my the software just wasn't picking up the gun like at all anymore, and it was giving me like errors, and I'm just like, oh man, don't tell me I've just wasted money on. I mean, I will get it working eventually, but it's just a case of like, oh boy, it's
Dude, you
gonna be
got
one of
fucking
those.
you
Isn't
got
it?
hyped to work, which is the Playmobil fucking Dark Souls game.
The PC version. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you got hyped to
So
work.
so I think I am convinced I will get the. I mean, it worked once. You saw me play this, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it did work. So, but you know what I did find out before we started recording is that a common problem that can happen with the light gun is Bluetooth being on. So if I just need to, I'm gonna try disabling that next time I try again. So yeah, I'll get this fucking thing working because there's like a million tutorials online. So I'm sure I'll have some luck eventually.
Yeah, and then fixing because you were really fucking angry about Half Sword because you were like, man, I really want to play this game, but it keeps fucking crashing my entire computer, and I don't want to fuck my computer up.
Well,
And
I
then
mean, it's also yeah, it's in development still.
today I googled what the problem was, and it was literally one switch was just fucking like changing it to DirectX 11.
Direct 11 and possibly windowed. So yeah.
Yeah.
And so far, before we, because I was playing that, I was pretty much waiting for my dad to like, get out of the house so it would make recording easier. And I was like, hell yes, this is what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean that game is still far from perfect. And again, I am trying my hardest to like withheld having like a review on it right now because I don't think the game is good enough and optimized to have a good review. But I don't think it's shit enough for me. I don't, but I don't want to like give it a shit review either. So.
It is. I will say this, even though it's jank right now because they're still working on it. Half Sword is one of the most satisfying combat games that I've played in a long time. Like I think the last time I actually gave a shit about video game combat was like the fucking Batman games.
Oh, Arkham.
Yeah.
Fucking love Arkham. Arkham City was my jam.
Oh god, remember where like you could get like abducted by the Mad Hatter and then you had to fight like the fucking Mad Hatter people in that dark ass room?
Oh, and then like Batman's like face looks like the rabbit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Because
was
you're
insane.
hallucinating and shit. Oh, dude, like that game is fucking. But yeah, no, Half Sword. You've been using the flail, and he's just like bricking people in the face with this fucking massive ass flail.
I won't lie. Like the moment that they have a long weapon, I'm like, oh no, no.
Yeah, pole arms are fucked, dude.
Yeah.
You actually picked up a pole arm, so I'd actually like to see if I can use that fucking thing.
I might do. Yeah.
You should practice with it first, though. You should go to the training guy and do some sparring matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't lose anything when you do that.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. So.
We've been going for the length of a really bad straight to VHS action movie.
Yeah. But a fun one.
Yeah, a fun one like Under Siege
Yeah.
with Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Oh man, I'm feeling hungry. I probably will order a pizza today. I had a barbecue pizza last week, and it like let's just say that pizza filled a hole. So
Because because restaurants and shit are getting so fucking expensive. What I've been doing for pizza, like either I make my own pizza, which I have like all of the shit to do that. But another thing I do if I'm fucked and I don't want to cook, what I do is I go to the store, I get one of those frozen pizzas, but like one of the store brand ones, like one of the really like, big ones for like $7. And then I just take the ingredients in my fridge, like olives and other stuff. And then I just make the pizza better. So I have like a really nice premium fucking pizza for $6, $7.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It works really good.
God, yeah, God, I'm actually really hungry. Yeah, we'll probably go for another like 10 minutes or maybe. We'll see what happens. But
We'll
this
go
is
for
looking
another
good, by the way.
40 hours.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to go stupid and get like fucking large. So
Are you one of those guys that eats a whole pizza to himself?
oh yeah, well here's the thing. I used to order like 16-inch pizzas, and then I was like, you know what? This is kind of stupid. I'm gonna go for 12-inch, and like that was actually the more sensible one to
If
do.
and,
So
if and
yeah.
when I work out, I burn so many fucking calories that I can eat like an extra large pizza and then also eat the fucking like side of wings with it.
See, I don't go that crazy. I don't ever like get like extra shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's when I fucking like worked out. Like if not work like my wife is really pissed off about my metabolism because I don't work out for shit right now. I think the only thing that I do is stretch once in a while, and I maintain a 190 weight. Like I eat
Oh,
like a
that's
fucking pig, and I fucking maintain a 190 weight without doing anything.
it's not too bad.
If I worked out and ate the same amount of food, I would drop 10 pounds in like a week.
Not bad. I need to get into like some kind of fitness sort of thing. So that would just like keep myself fairly active.
You
So
know
that's
that
really
like
what.
that there's like this Australian lady that does like the fucking aerobics on YouTube, and her
Oh
videos are
yeah.
actually really cool because depending on your level of fitness, she has like a
Mhm.
split screen for like the exercise showing you like the harder exercise you could do or the softer exercise,
Oh, I see.
which
I
is
see.
really neat. Also, her dog is like weirdly a prop in the background. Because you're like, is that a
Oh,
real dog? Is that a fake dog? And then the dog moves or like fucks off, and you're just like, oh, yeah, that's like just a dog in the background, huh?
I'm guessing it's like mostly stationary then.
Yeah, the dog's just like chilling while like mama's working out.
That's cute.
Oh yeah, it's fucking
I
adorable.
got worried when you said prop. I was like, oh no,
Oh no,
is
no,
this
no, no,
gonna
no,
be?
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
So this is where they're gonna be like, yo, you've seen the rabbit.
And she makes a whole bunch of them, so if you like, start going insane listening to the same video over and over, you can just watch something else that she made. Yeah. Walk Away the Pounds by Leslie Sanson, I think her name is. It's an older fucking workout from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Those are pretty good too. But
Yeah.
she is a little bit high energy in her videos.
Okay.
So she's like, haha, yeah, you work out, Randy. But like her workouts are actually really fucking good. Because my dad, he would see my mom doing these workout tapes, and he'd be like, "Fuck it," because he was in the army. So he's like, "That workout is fucking bullshit, lol." And then he just did the hardest tape and immediately got his ass bushwhacked by the workout.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. If you just do one of those, like, because whenever you have one of those aerobics tapes, they typically have multiple different difficulties. So, like, tape one is just learning the basics, and it's like the basic 15-minute exercise. And then they
I see.
get progressively harder as you go. So, like, the final tape is like an hour, and it's like fucking whips your ass. But yeah, if you just do like a 15-minute workout tape every single day, you can actually like, just maintain your own fitness.
Not bad.
It's better than doing nothing, I tell you that much.
Oh yeah, no, like you have to keep yourself somewhat like here's the thing, like I've met people who are overweight, but like they can just move, and the reason why is because they keep themselves active in a sense of like work. So because it is actually like a thing with the human body where if you just sit still, like even like people who are athletic, like I've seen people kind of like hurt themselves when Monday comes around because it's like, oh yeah, I've been sitting down all day on the weekend, so I didn't
Well,
really do much.
having a little bit of exercise also like improves your fucking like mental fitness. Because
It does.
your brain is chemicals, and if your body is shit and you're it's all connected, right? if you have a shit body, you know, your brain will also suffer because of that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, God, I remember once again, during COVID, we all started kind of just like working out and stuff, and like, we were actually doing very good mentally.
Yeah. Funny enough, yeah.
God, the early days of fucking COVID. I remember when everybody didn't know what the fuck this thing was, really.
Well, I mean that's like every virus where it's kind of like unsure what to make of it or even what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, but like, I remember like we would just buy a whole bunch of like food and shit like in bulk, and then
Mhm.
we would put it in the garage and then spray it down with alcohol because we didn't know what the fuck it was.
I will say though, there was some crazy. I always remember like seeing the craziest like COVID videos where it'd be like a guy. I think the craziest one to me was like a guy was going through like a drive-through. Was it like a Costa or something, getting a coffee, and he's like fucking spraying down the coffee, like really being like anal over like the cleanliness. And I'm like, dude, if you're this like crazy about it, why are you going through like a drive-through to begin with? You know what I mean?
Yeah, why don't you just make your own fucking coffee?
Yeah.
But no, the other thing, oh god, I used to have like when it started, I immediately got like a really good mask. I got one of those like fucking like filter masks, and I got the actual like niche filters for, you know, fucking like contagions. So I'm walking around with like basically a painter's mask with really expensive filters in it, but in casual clothing. And there was one guy, this guy must have popped out of like a fucking high school, even though he looked like an adult that was older than me. He was just like,
Oh, I know where
"Ni-
this is going.
yeah, he's like, nice mask. Oh, you gonna put a pussy over your head next?" And I was just like, all right, this guy is looking for an argument because he's bored. I'm gonna pretend to be crazy and scare the shit out of him so he never does this again. So he goes, yeah, you're gonna wear a fucking pussy over your head next? And I was like, I love pussy! Woo! And then I started crab walking towards the building. And then he was just like, yup, okay, that was a really dumb idea. Maybe I shouldn't randomly talk shit to people.
Yeah. Fucking god, yeah.
I just went like, yeah, I fucking love it. And I just start fucking flailing my arms. And then I crab walked to the building. He was like, okay, yep, not doing that again. Out crazying somebody or just like pretending to be crazy can get you out of so many fucking bad situations.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember.
Don't quote me on that. That this is not advice.
Yeah, no. We're not giving you. We're not saying do that. We're not encouraging that.
I'm
but,
saying
like,
from like my personal experience, it works.
I could tell you one from. I mean, two things I want to say real quick. There was one like story. It was like a social media story, and this is funny in like a horrible sense, but how do I say? I'll say it, and I'll let you people judge me for it. You know how you had like a lot of people being like anti-mask people, be like, "I'm not gonna wear it. You just push it," that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I remember there was one that always stuck with me, and it's like I'm laughing, but it's like kind of not funny. Where a guy's like, it was a social media post of a guy being like, "I'm never gonna wear a mask. You can't stop me," kind of thing. And then like a month later, it was like a post from a family member. Yeah, we're holding a funeral service for Joey who died of COVID. It's just like, whoa, that's not funny. Yeah.
There's another guy, like my wife and I went to like Five Below, which is like a kind of like a dollar store. It's like a discount crap store. And we were wearing masks, and like some guy went out of his way to slow down his truck in order to, at a distance from us, go at us while tilting his head sassily. And we were just like, are we in an 80s movie? Like, what the fuck is this? Did we get transported back to high school?
Was it one of those moments where you didn't even feel mad? You were just like bewildered.
I was just bewildered that somebody is going at it. Like, that person clearly has nothing to do with their life.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you get people. I mean, I'm sure like people will probably say, "Oh, Karens, of course," but like, Yeah, no, you just get people where like nothing is going on in their lives, and like the only way they can like feel good or like entertain themselves is to like torment other people, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a thing that people do. And you know what? I'm not saying that's good, but the way I see that, especially if it's like people who are like bullying kind of thing, is like, just think about this for a second. That's their only if that's what they're doing because they're bored, then that means that's their only victory in life, and that's how I kind of like see it sometimes. Like if someone's like fuck with me, and it's like kind of like they're trying to do it maliciously, I'm just like, you know what, this is probably your only victory in life. So you know what, savor it because you got nothing going on in your life.
So if you're a hothead and you just allow somebody to get under your skin and then you just start fist fighting, you lost that engagement because you
Of
have
course,
turned
yeah.
it physical, right? So like avoiding physical contact is like the best option available.
Of course, yeah.
I remember there was this one fucking I was getting like pizzas. It all comes back to pizzas. I was getting pizzas and like a homeless guy comes up and I literally did not have money. If I had money, I would have probably given him some cuz like, I mean like whatever. At the time I had a fairly decent amount of cash and I wasn't in a relationship and I wasn't paying for a house. But like,
Yeah.
some guy like I was just like, "Oh man, I'm really sorry. I just like actually spent all of my cash on this pizza, but if you want, I can give you like a few slices, man. I have like 3 pizzas stacked up right here, dude." And he was like, "Shove them up your ass." Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Okay, all right, buddy. You have a good
Yeah,
one." And then
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
I just
Go
like
on.
slowly walked into I slowly got into my car facing him so that way he didn't bum rush me or anything, and I just left.
Yeah, it's one thing I've never understood is like when you tell people like, here, have this or something, or this is free. I mean, I understand if it's like, I'm not going to use this thing because so it's like give it to somebody else. But like, it's like with when you see a game that's free on Steam, which is rare for Steam because Steam doesn't always do that. It's like, yo, this game is free. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking take that. Nah,
But it
So
could just be in your library forever. You don't have to play it. You just got it for free.
exactly. Like I don't. That's what I don't understand. Like that's why I've gave up and just tell it. Like I mean, hell, in our little like server, our Discord server, which we use for COVID, like I would like tell everybody, hey, this game's free, but then like some of the people either don't care or like don't give a shit, and it's just like, you know what, I'm not gonna tell people no more.
Well,
No.
my thing is just like, if okay, let's say that this guy literally just wanted money to get crack, right?
Yeah,
If somebody, okay, if I was a fucking crackhead, but then
Yeah.
somebody is just like, "You want free pizza?" Why would the first response be, "No, no, fuck you. Ah."
yeah, I don't get it. Yeah,
It's free pizza. Like that's the sign of like that's the true sign of somebody's like sanity. If somebody says no to free pizza, avoid them like the plague. There's something wrong.
saying no to free pizza or cookies. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the free pizza test. If somebody's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no free pizza for me, pre,"
God, I fucking love pizza. I do.
I fucking love pizza too.
God, pizza makes me
It's the true
get. Yeah.
it's the true friendship builder. What's your favorite pizza?
Oh man, the place I order from has this thing called like Chinese chicken pizza, and like I didn't even know that there was a Chinese chicken to begin with because I'm a really like uncultured swine, So
Dude, my favorite pizza has to be like the margarita pizza.
margarita makes me.
That's
It makes me. Yeah.
That's the pizza that has like the big slices of fucking mozzarella on it, and then you
Oh,
like,
yeah.
cook the ever loving shit out of it, so that way it like glazes over the pizza. Fuck, those are good.
Yeah, every time I eat those pizzas, I get like a tingle from like my tongue to the tip of my what, So
Listen, you're not Zach Hadel. Don't be that guy.
yeah, yeah. I freaking throw my head back in ecstasy every time I grab these pizzas. Yeah.
Ah, fuck. I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having. God, that fucking creep cast, but like Wendy Coon's so into the story. Me, Kendon's like, no, I get it. I'm just like, I'm not like you. It's like, oh fuck, oh my god, oh yeah, I just caked. Oh Oh my god.
Yeah, no, and then you didn't know that was a reference to a movie. I was like, that's from Harry Met Sally. And then I showed you the scene, and then you fucking started laughing really hard because everyone's reaction to her doing that is really funny. And then the
I'll have
lady
what
just goes,
she's
I'll
having.
have what she's having.
Please have it. My god. That was such a funny moment. Yeah, Creepcat. I'm glad that the new Creepcat. There should be one today, I would imagine. But yeah, the new Creepcasts have been pretty good because like there was that small period where you felt like Meat Kenya was like kind of like losing the magic for it or like the love for it, you know?
Yeah, kind of like how we lose the script in this podcast.
Yeah, like well, I mean, people don't know that because I, but yeah,
We just absolutely lose the script and start talking about shit that has absolutely nothing to do with what we're working on. It's literally just like, once again, this is just documenting us working on this.
I mean, the problem is like you know, we do try to talk about the comic, but we also have to like avoid like spoiling shit as well, you know.
That is true. Yeah.
So
Even though we're showing,
you know,
like 90% of this, you have absolutely no context of what the fuck's going on because we're just not. We're doing all the dialogue shit last.
oh yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like yeah, like you could conceivably like see like all of this book one for free, conceivably, but all the dialogue you will not see in the podcast. And honestly, I don't even like. Are we going to document? I mean, I know I'm technically working on book two, but like, are we even going to show that? You know, after book one's out, because that's actually something I've been meaning to talk to you about, like off camera. It's like, are we even going to show book two, like you know, making of? Because obviously, that would kind of be spoiling it after book one's out.
I think what we could
I'm sure
do
we'll
is
probably
like,
talk about
I think
that.
we could still record a whole bunch of it, but then select what we actually show.
Oh, so like maybe like in a shorts, YouTube shorts sort of format, yeah.
No, no, no. I think we could still make podcasts and stuff. It's just that, like, if we're going to work on something and make it public, we show a little bit less on the second time around, but we still record us making it. So that way, you know,
Documentation.
we can make a documentary or something once it's actually out.
I suppose that's fair, yeah, because I had been meaning to ask you about that off camera, but you know, it's yeah.
So that
All
way
right
we
then.
have delicious content.
Delicious related gold. Yeah.
Delicious content for those stinky winkies.
Yeah. God, I am. Oh, me so hungry.
You can survive. We're gonna record for at least like 2, maybe even 3 more days. No,
Yeah. I swear to God, I had like a 3D model for like a building. Hold on, where did I put this?
you have a lot of 3D models for buildings.
I do. I really, really do. Wait, did I not put one down? I swear there was a page that had this.
I can draw the
Huh.
curves on a fucking character, but I can't draw the curves on fucking sheet music. Shows you
I
where
mean,
my
to be
shows you where my brain's at.
I mean, you know what? I wouldn't worry about it because to be fair, how often do you draw this shit? You know, is how I would say. You know what I mean?
It's literally just like S curve lines, dude.
Yeah, I know that, but again, it's still like very different from what I usually see you do. You know, so
God damn it, the fucking spacing on this. Oh, you know what? I need to turn this off. There we go. So there's fucking 3.
Woo.
There's 5
like
lines in
3
a
of them?
fucking. There's 5 lines in this fucking piece of music. I need to like evenly distribute them across the fucking surface. Otherwise, they look like shit.
I know. It's okay, 3D. You'll get it there.
You're not Mike. You can't talk like that.
Hey, who's Mike?
Are you out of your gourd? We just talked about him.
Oh, that Mike.
Yeah, Big
Jesus
Gay Mike.
Christ, I'm sorry. Big Gay Mike. Where Arthur?
God, he was such. Oh God, he was so fucking funny. Fuck me, that
I-
guy.
you know- You know, man, I need to contact Ashley. I want to know if he's okay.
He literally was like fucking Jesus, take the whale. Like it's so fucking like he was such a card. I love that guy.
I want that. I want that guy in my team.
He busted ass working too. Like he and I fucking really did fucking like make that store operate.
Do you not have like any like phone number or anything of him?
You know, that's the thing about work friends.
Yeah, you don't really like have much. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like when it comes to work friends, and I mean, to be fair, like sometimes they're not really friends. Let's be real.
I mean,
Like,
no,
come.
they are friends, but it's just one of those things where it's like you have like a very limited Rolodex of A, time, and B, fucking like brain power.
Right, right.
Sometimes you're friends with somebody because of the situation, and then when that situation's over, then you go part ways. It's life.
Yeah, I mean that is life. I mean, to be fair, like there is like a handful of people from my current job who are really tight. I mean, hell, two of them fucking donated, so they're probably my favorites. Call me biased, but like, yeah, like
Thank you for the money, chaps.
yeah, your name's gonna be tattooed onto these characters forever. Yeah,
Shockingly, like the
but
big thing that a lot of the money that we did make, because we were underfunded, a lot of the money that did go to this comic is actually being used for digital storage space.
pretty much, yeah. Like the money is not wasted. Like you actually helped out.
A lot, yeah. Because
Yeah,
we
so
have like 2 terabytes of storage space, and we back up everything, and then we also like it's where like a lot of the recordings go to get edited.
oh yeah, 100%. Like I remember, like because like honestly, if anybody asks like where did that money go, it's like, oh yeah, storage space. Like that goes a long way when you're doing a digital comic. So it's not like wasted. It's not like nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck! I just realized I have to do into the top one too.
Hey, when this is done, then this is over for the time being. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, no, like that money did get used. Like it's not like we took it and ran or any bullshit like that. You know? Yeah.
Yet
So
I have a crippling fucking I have a crippling Pokemon card addiction that really
no.
is it insane that Pokemon cards have probably ruined more lives than fentanyl?
Um.
Dude, fucking people like ruin their financial lives. Destroy like not only that, they just like the videos where people like go to the fucking stores and then just bum rush and like fucking like punt kids out of the way to get fucking Pokemon cards.
I do generally think it's actually like tiny Pokemon just as a whole as well. So
God. Like that Pokemon
like
that Pokemon card shit's crazy.
like I'm trying my hardest to like be nice about it because we know a guy that's kind of we know like 3 people that are into that, but like
Yeah, but
we
they don't
almost kind of
they're not the kind of guys that buy the cards to make millions of dollars, and they wear backwards baseball caps.
who could say? But yeah, we I'm trying to be polite about it.
I'm not.
Just no.
Listen, he's your friend, not mine.
He's your friend too.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Seriously?
Type it.
Hold on.
Oh fuck that guy! He's dead to me. No, no, he did.
Yeah.
No, he actually plays the fucking game.
Oh, does he? I didn't know whether there was a
Yeah.
collection
No.
thing.
He actually plays the fucking game. A lot of the guys that get the Pokemon cards just buy them and then fucking hawk them on the internet.
I see.
Which is like it's the worst thing ever. Like nobody is actually going to spend $30,000 for a fucking Pokemon card.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that that's the price. No one's actually paying that.
No. Hey, this is by the way, this is going to be the scene, by the way.
If somebody is paying that level of money for a Pokemon card, odds are good they already have the card.
Yeah.
Because you're forgetting the whole collector part thing. God damn it. I can't get this fucking line to work.
By the way, I said this to Daniel off camera, which was so there's a game I play called Payday 2, and I fucking love that game. But I remember, so in the game there's different types of loot. So there's like money, gold, and like cocaine, basically. But one of the levels is a Christmas level. And you can pick up so in the game you can find like loose cash and like diamonds to pick up as like small like penny, basically like small cash, pickups. But then there's a Christmas level where you can find like smartphones to like pick up as like money, basically. And at the time, I thought that was silly, but then I remember that people go crazy over like the new iPhones, you know.
Oh
But
yeah.
then, but time has gone. But time has gone by so fast since that game came out, where it's like it would actually be conceivable to have a heist where you're stealing like shiny like Pokemon cards or like TGS shit, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, no, you know what? Like, if they actually did one in like the third game where you're just stealing cards, I'm like, you know, this isn't actually completely insane because people do this shit.
I actually showed you the video of the guys who did like a professional fucking heist of a fucking Pokemon place.
Yeah,
Like they took like a grappling hook attached to a truck, ripped like the front door off, bum rushed the store, timed it, and then left like a minute before the police showed up.
yeah, that was the craziest thing to me. Where I was like, I cannot believe I'm witnessing a payday-esque heist of a fucking
Card shop.
yeah. You really, I do really think like people have gone insane ever since
You
the
would be
last few years.
surprised how many, like, even before, like, the whole craze, you'd be surprised how many card shops or, like, game shops actually get, like, robbed.
Hmm.
Because there is a lot of expensive shit in those, but, like, I mean, I don't know. The crime really isn't fucking worth it.
It's just nuts. It's really
Unless
nuts.
you're, like, Cobra Commander or something, and you can get, like, the fucking Weather Dominator device or something ridiculous like that.
Probably won't be. Probably only a matter of time till we can control the weather.
Oh, we can control the weather. We could control the weather in like the 50s. Like they just like shot the sky with artillery shells.
But I mean, that's more like swaying the weather, isn't it?
Yeah, but that, would you not say that that is at some level controlling it?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily deny it.
I mean, they did that shit for the Beijing Olympics.
Did they?
They shot the sky so that it wouldn't rain.
But that's only really like rain, though, right? Because okay, let's be real. When it comes to weather, it's all about like wind and rain. Like I mean, who's going to complain about the sun for the most part, unless you're like in the Middle East?
Firefighters know how to make fucking fire tornadoes. So technically, yes, you can, you can control fucking weather. Now, are you
Interesting.
gonna do like grand scale shit like the weather device and like Red Alert 2? Probably not. Is it out of the realm of possibility if somebody had enough time and budget? No, I think people could 100% do that shit.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Am I going to say that there's like a cabal conspiracy where people are testing that shit out on civilians? No, that's cringe.
No.
Would it but would it be out of the realm of possibility? I mean, you know, MK Ultra was real.
Oh yeah, I mean that's basically what the plot of Manhunt 2 is just MK Ultra.
Whitey Bulger, one of the fucking biggest like Irish mob guys, was actually he got his brain cooked by the MK Ultra experiments. That's real
Yeah. Oh, I can believe it. Yeah.
because he got
Not the
reduced
MK.
sentencing if he would like test out hallucinogenics, and they just absolutely like he got arrested for like Grand Theft Auto. Like he actually got arrested for stealing a car. And then when he came out of prison after that, he became a super villain.
Oh. You don't really like Manhunt 2, do you?
It's okay. I like the first one better. I think the aesthetic and what they were going for with the plot was a lot better.
Oh yeah, like the snuff film stuff as opposed to like MK Ultra, yeah.
Well, not only that, I think the like enemies in it are a lot more interesting too, and I think that the plot structure that where you're going towards the end of the game is a lot better than the fucking twist reveal of the second one.
To be fair though, that second game did have a lot of development issues to the point where it does even though I really enjoy that game, it is definitely like an unfinished game.
Yeah.
But you know what, they did their best given the fact that they had like, the world against them since it was like a super violent game.
God, remember when Rockstar used to put out like games like a lot?
Oh yeah, like 1 year, like you would get like every year there was always like 2 to 3 games every year, and like there were games that people like. Did you know that when San Andreas came out, there was a Game Boy Advance game on the same fucking day that was completely separate
Yeah.
on the same day,
And
and
remember,
then
remember
go
when
on.
they used to do goofy concepts like Manhunt or something else?
dude. But again, I suck the dick of Bully so much. Like that game, I like my children are going to inherit that game if I ever have kids.
If
If yeah,
I met my wife at the bully convention, I did.
that would be a weird. Yeah. But yeah, no. Like I generally like that game is I think that's Rockstar's best, and apparently even Dan Houser, the guy who wrote it, like that's one of his best things, and it's really a shame that like the sequel got shafted. Like, did you know? Did you know he actually gave like an official statement on that eventually?
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically said that it was bandwidth issues because like they had so many projects going on at once that eventually like one of them had to like bite the dust, and it was Buddy 2 apparently. So
Okay, here's my question. You know how like a lot of the video games from back in the day, like they were like, oh, we're not gonna make a sequel because of like the public backlash, where people are like, this is too fucking violent. In the day and age where Fallout is like a mainstream TV show,
yeah.
can we just like make cool violent shit again?
I think it's going to come back around because, like, I feel like people aren't as freaked out now as they used to be. So I think it can. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still have like pansies being like, I don't like this because of this. Like, that's still going to happen. I mean, there's probably going to be people that shit on this, you know. But like, yeah, no, I think time's gone on long enough where people are like kind of desensitized to it, you know.
Well, yeah, if you think that we're making a comic that's going to please everyone, I'm sorry to disappoint you. We have a very clear vision, and that vision has a very specific audience.
Oh yeah, I mean, just yesterday, I've got a friend, an online friend, who said like,
Yeah, you
this
just talked about
seems-
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the fact that like even she's like, nah, this is I think she worded it as like this is actually less of what I want in the world, which is like that's fine, but like you're not going to deter me. So
Yeah, no, step one, make the thing. Step two, put it out there. Step three, that's when people actually start having something to say about it. It's hard to critique something that never came out.
honestly, I've been thinking recently, like I was watching a video of like people. There was a video called like the man who found Harry Potter, where it's basically the guy who decided to actually like accept the pitch, because like J.K. Rowling. I mean, say what you want about it now, but like Harry Potter went through different like publishers before someone eventually said yes, and it actually just made me think to myself like, can you imagine how much like cool shit just probably never saw the light of day because someone said no?
Yeah, and then the person that made it was just like, well, I guess I'll go back to working at the gas station. Yeah, that's
Hey,
sad.
real talk. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna get you later all on a little thing if you want to like be creative or just make stuff. He's like just don't give up, really. Just don't give up.
Make the thing, like, if you want to see something cool that no one else is making, make the thing.
Yes, just for the love of fuck, make. Oh, and I'm gonna give you all a bit of advice as well because this is something I do as well. If you're making something that's definitely like on a computer, which let's be real, like 99% of things are. For the love of fuck, make backups of it. Like every week, I at least twice a week make backups. Like in fact, once this is done, I'm probably gonna make backups of all my files because I've done a lot of shit.
Second one, file management. Don't call your fucking file gabbalagoo, and then you're like, oh fuck, where's the file? I can't find it. Name it
Yeah.
something that you can actually put into the search engine of your computer, and so that way you can find it.
Exactly. Like, please, like, back your files up, name the file something you can find and identify, have file management, just, for love of Christ, just keep everything, like, tidy and, like, where you know exactly where to find it.
Yeah, because
I cannot stress enough.
putting it on your desktop and calling it the gobbledygool is not going to fucking help you. It will root, because first two projects you're going to be like, haha, this is easy and fun, I'm not going to do that. And then like 40 projects and you're going to be like, I don't know where the fucking file is anymore. Oh fuck.
Yeah, like, I mean, let me put it to you like this. Like, this is like, this comic right here, if this takes off, like, this could very well be my life. So I need to make sure that all these, like, original source files are going to be accessible. And, if I can't find them, then hopefully they're somewhere that I can access them, I mean, hell, even you create, like, backups too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Another thing too, and this is also another thing I want to specify as well, is I know that we live in a world where we can, have things like the clouds, like the cloud, saving or what have you. I personally don't rely on that because what if you have shit internet, or what if the internet goes down?
Or what if the
It's gone.
company goes broke and then just decides to say, yeah, we're going to discontinue this?
Yes. So what I do personally is I have four separate hard drives that are linked to my computer. And so what I do is I have like all my stuff. I either use like one main file like hard drive, and then what I do is I copy those to two more, like three more hard drives. So that way, if my main hard drive dies on me, I have it saved. And again, I do it like twice every week. So let's say, for example, I back it up on the Wednesday, and then it shit itself Friday. I'll be like, nah, shit, I lost just a tiny bit of progress, but it's going to be like, manageable to recreate it. So again, back everything up, make sure you can find your things, and just be smart about it. Like, for the love of Christ, I can't stress it off. Just be smart about
for
it.
one,
Make sure you
like,
can find everything.
whenever people so I do art professionally, right? I pay bills doing art, right? So I pay for Photoshop. I have the bougie version of fucking Photoshop. Now,
Yes.
people are like, "Oh, why don't you use CSP or whatever?" It's like Photoshop has, first of all, it has all of the bells and whistles that all of the other programs are trying to copy. But the big thing about Photoshop is that backing up files, like, for instance, if I'm working on this and I didn't save and then the computer just loses power, when I turn it back on, it will make a fucking recovered file. It actually
Yes.
saves it and then like puts it in the fucking like computer, so that way when you open it back up, it will immediately open where you left off. If you look, if you look at what this file is actually called, page 1 Honey Bunny recovered,
Yes.
that has happened. That has happened. And you know what? I lost no fucking progress. And you know what? If I have to pay $16 a month to have that, I'm paying $16 a month to have that.
Oh yeah, and that could also be another thing too. We talk about the financial aspect is like, and this is also going to be a thing that like applies with just anything, whether it be like comics, music, or even video games. Is like you will need to expect to actually spend money on like trying to get some of this shit made. Because like I've brought like 3D software stuff. I've brought like some like brush stuff. I have brought stuff to get. I mean, hell, there was one time when I actually paid for advertisement on a website. You know, like I've brought stuff to like try and like make this thing. Like you have to also be expected to at least spend a time. I mean, if there's a saying like spend money to like make money, which I mean we're not making money right now off this per se, but again, you have to pay for things sometimes.
I'm actually looking at the sheet music real quick because it's da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da, da,
But
da,
yeah.
da, 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 da.
I'm probably gonna stop here because I'm really fucking hungry.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, we gave really good advice right at the fucking end.
Yeah, so do you want to? Hey, another thing I want to say too. Well, I want to ask you this, and we could probably end it on this. Is do you also have any advice when it comes to work with like groups of people, or should people just figure that out on their own?
The biggest advice that I would give is stay in contact and make sure that you don't have to be really anal about it, but if you're trying to achieve a specific goal and you're divvying up tasks, everybody needs to be on the same fucking page of what the actual workflow is. Workflow is the actual process of making something. And if you're working with a whole bunch of people, you're basically like you need to make a streamlined workflow, so that way one person is doing this thing, another person is doing that thing, and so on and so forth. So that way all of the different tasks are divvied up, but you want the end result to look like the thing that you want it to look like. If somebody's like, yeah, well, I'm going to do this because I'm a creative individual and I'm going to do this, you're like, yeah, but that's not what I'm asking for. But then on the other hand, like the way that we're collaborating, certain things I'm like, yeah, I can't be fucked to do it this way. I'm going to do it a completely different way, and I think it's just going to look better. And then
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
here's the thing: whenever I do something like that, I run it by him because it is his comic, right?
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, it's Adam's comic. So like if I make a drastic fucking change that'll fuck everything up, without telling him, you're gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what? Why'd you
I
do
would be
that?
pretty. I'd be pretty pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
if you're doing any kind of collaborative effort, you need to have the ability to do, and I would highly suggest if you are interested in doing collaborative projects with other people, taking two classes. One of them, a basic business class, just
Yes.
basic bog standard business class. The other one is a public speaking course. Because if you're unable to explain your thoughts about a particular subject, you're going to confuse the shit out of people.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my like take a basic business class and then also a public speaking course. You even if you don't do any other shit like any other kind of like other education, those courses are paramount. And you know what? You can go to like Great Courses Plus or some bullshit like that because they do. That's basically like $7 a month college.
Pretty much. Yeah.
If you're just doing it to learn a skill and you don't care about getting like an achievement piece of paper, you're actually trying to like better yourself as a person. Just do something cheap like that.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. I think another thing I could say too, and this might sound like bog standard advice, but I actually kind of learned this from secondhand, like experience from like trying to do other stuff. Is make sure you get a feel for everyone you want involved in the project because like I remember a long time ago I wanted to do like a short comic thing with somebody else, and the person was kind of uncooperative, and it was kind of really a case. I mean, how do I say it politely? I think the guy had undiagnosed ADHD, where it was just impossible for him to do anything,
Or
And again,
stay on task.
exactly, yeah. So another thing I would probably advise too is get a feel for everybody that you want involved in this project, because the last thing you want to do is start something and then you have to like DM someone and be like, "Yo, you doing that thing?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I will after World of Warcraft." It's just like,
If you know that Jerry is a fucking procrastinator, do not give him the really important shit to do.
or really, honestly, don't really give him like anything to do at all because if
No,
he's a
like
procrastinator, then that means nothing will get done.
no, like there's certain things that procrastinators can actually do really well, but you have to remember that those people get that shit done. They that's why you set up like a deadline for stuff. But like those folks get shit done at the last minute. And if
Yes.
there's like really important, crucial shit that you can't do at the last minute, don't give it to that guy. you know?
Yeah, like we can't stress enough. Like you need to get a feel for everybody and like think like what could everybody do or if they can do anything at all.
Also, like, one of the two things that really helps with making a deadline is setting up the deadline to begin with at a reasonable, expectable amount of time, right? And then
Yes.
you also need to incentivize somebody to actually meet the fucking deadline. So, like, getting paid.
Yeah.
Or like like if we actually meet the deadline, we're gonna fucking give out pizzas to everyone. So now you've actually incentivized people to like do the deadline. So even if that last minute guy does it at the last minute, he's gonna bust ass to get that fucking pizza. So then he will get it done by the deadline. Here's my secret: if you have a deadline, right? Make the actual deadline the next day or the day after that. So that way, if you don't meet deadline
Yeah.
and the guy posts the thing the next day, you actually meet your deadline. You just lie about when your deadline is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of a creative way to like get it done. Yeah,
It's like fucking setting up a party, but you know everybody's going to be late, so you say you want everybody to show up at 3, so you say that the fucking party starts at 1:30.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this has been a great episode. By the way, we will have to end this now because I'm not joking when I say this. My main monitor has just gone blank and I don't know what's happening right now.
Not only is my monitor blank, but my vision is going blank because I'm so hungry. All right, bye.
All right, bye bye.